Hey, my friends, this is Jeff Yalden, international youth motivational speaker and suicide prevention expert working with teens and families. I wanted to stop by and just give a quick endorsement on a good friend of mine and a young man that I've mentored for many years, Richie Contartesi. I met Richie probably back in about 2005, going back almost 11 years ago. I was at a youth conference as a speaker, and this young man, about a junior in high school back at the time, comes up to me after I spoke and was just excited. I don't know if it was something I said or the fact that I was doing something he wanted to do, but I remember that talk, and I remember that inspiration from a young man that saw somebody or something, and it was like a light bulb went off. And since then, I have had the honor of talking to Richie frequently. And then I know full well Richie's story, going to Ole Miss and walking on and eventually earning himself a football scholarship. And so I became that mentor to fan of his. Young man with a work ethic, true Rudy story. As he graduated from Ole Miss and started writing a book and wanting to get into being an entrepreneur and wanting to get in the motivational speaking field, he reached out to me. And at that time, I really took him under my wing and tried to share with him as much as I could. And we've blossomed into such a relationship that after I had my spinal cord fusion and I had to come off the road for quite a bit, I thought, why don't I give his contact to a lot of my relationships, and it just happened. It just happened. A lot of speaking engagements I couldn't do. I gave them Richie's number and I encouraged them to call Richie, and Richie made contact with them, and then Richie went and he made me proud. So every speaking engagement that I've turned Richie to, he's hit it out of the ballpark. I've watched him become a New York Times #1 bestseller. I'm not going to take any credit for that. I think that's incredible. I'm super proud of him. Richie is a great young man, a man of truth, a man of confidence, a man of honor, and a man of great character that I highly, highly, highly recommend for your audience. Whether it's a student, middle school or high school audience, a student leadership conference, something on bullying or cyberbullying, drugs and alcohol. I know he's done a lot of programs on for me. I highly encourage Richie, and I really want you to reach out to him. He's been a great student. He's also been a great friend. And every time I've referred him, he's hit it out of the ballpark. So for about 11 years, I've known Richie, from a young man that came up to me with this awe-inspiring sense of wanting to be, to a young man that is now doing. I'm super proud to say Richie is a good friend of mine and a young man that I highly, highly recommend for speaking engagements. Please call me if you have any questions. Look into Richie Contartesi.